All right, so I'm going to go over the expectations of the AP Lit course. To begin, I'm going to be talking about grading. So grading, I mean, I definitely have some experience with the lows. But getting bad grades doesn't mean that you failed. It just means that you really are learning the course. And I am here to give you what you need to know to not get those grades. So to start, you really need to make sure that you ask your teacher questions, because not everything is just going to be handed to you. You need to make sure to clarify everything, to make sure that you understand everything to the fullest extent before you go and do homework or classwork or FRQs. Reading is a huge aspect of the course as a whole, and also part of the homework, because you need to make sure that in your reading you implement everything that you've learned in class, and that really is just diving deep into every word, every sentence, and making deeper connections to talk about in class. But the good thing about our reading is that if you don't understand it when you're at home, you can bring all your questions to class. Classmates will help you answer it, teachers will help you answer it, so that way you understand everything when we go and do activities. And that's really important, because if you don't understand it and you just looked up SparkNotes or you skimmed the book and you don't ask any questions, you're gonna fail everything. And you need to make sure that you understand every little aspect of everything, because it will be tested, it will be needed to understand and complete assignments and the course as a whole. And homework is a really big component of the class. Pretty much every day, every night, you're going to have homework, whether it's, just AP Classroom, which is pretty much the only completion-based thing in the course, or if it's, finishing up in-class activities or expanding upon in-class activities. But in general, if it's not AP Classroom, it's going to be graded like classwork. So make sure that you understand everything in class. That way, when you go home and do it, you understand it completely and you don't, mess it up and get a bad grade. Next up is class activities, and these are really, really fun. The teachers have definitely made sure to incorporate tons of group work and interactive activities that are not at all busy work, and they really do help build and expand upon the notes that we've taken in class and the reading that we do, just to make sure that everyone understands everything to the fullest extent. And even though the classwork might seem effortless and fun, you still need to put your all into it and make sure that you are asking your teacher questions, working with your group mates to make sure that you're making the best product, because classwork is a huge part of your grade. And if you just do it so nonchalantly and you just throw it together, it will reflect on your grades as well. Next is writing. As I said before, there's tons of writing, either FRQ style, paragraphs, thesis, topic sentences, to make sure that you understand everything before the exam, before tests in class. And if you don't understand the structure of the writing in AP Lit, you need to make sure to either look it up on an AP website, ask your teacher for resources, because if you don't understand the writing of AP Lit, you're not going to understand anything else in the course either. Use your resources. There's plenty of them.
There's plenty of them.
Oh my God, there's literally so many resources.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, wait, let me go look at some.
Okay. Oh my God.
My computer, there's so many online resources for AP Lit other than just SparkNotes. It's breaking, there's so many. Oh my God, Anna, we have to memorize all of these literary terms by next Thursday.
I know, it's crazy.
I'm gonna have to be saying this stuff in my sleep or something. This is crazy. Alliteration, repetition of consonant sounds. Alliteration, repetition of consonant sounds.
Allusion, reference to historical event, mythology, or literature. Allusion, reference to historical event, mythology, or literature. Allusion.
Oh my God, Ian, I'm freaking out about these MCQs. Oh my gosh.
I just guess on those. They're not really that big of a deal. They're completion based.
It's important to take these MCQs on AP Classroom seriously, because it's the only practice you'll get for the AP test.
I'm dying of AP Lit. If only there was something to save me. I feel so much better with my survivor folder. Remember to keep it.
Now I'm going to go over in-class activities. So you should expect to do a lot of group work with your partners or your group members. You're going to be making thesis statements and topic sentences and body paragraphs. You're also going to do annotation work where you find tangible quotes and you unpack them and then use the lenses, societal importance or philosophical importance. You're also going to work on, you're going to do station activities, and you're going to do a lot of them. And that's where you walk around the room, there's different stations, and you can work on those different stations with your partners. And since it's a play, when you read Othello, you're going to be taking on different parts of characters and be reading the book as if you were doing a play in class. And you also have approximately 2 Socratic seminars where you're going to just discuss the books, and it's really informal and it's mainly just for fun. You'll also write timed FRQs in class, work on MCQs as homework, and you're going to have tests and quizzes on the societal importances, philosophical importances, and lens importances. So make sure you study everything that's in your survival folder. So tangible quotes are quotes that are easily perceptible to touch or you can imagine. So a tangible quote typically has nouns or imagery or some symbols that you can unpack. Okay, so let's test your knowledge on tangible quotes. Here's the first one. How often have I lain beneath rain on a strange roof thinking of home? Would you use this quote in your annotations? The answer is you should, because this quote has a ton to unpack. For example, rain, roof, or home. Here's the next one. Sometimes I think ain't none of us pure crazy, ain't none of us pure crazy, and ain't none of us pure sane until the balance of us tells him that away. Would you use this quote for your annotations? My answer would be no. I would not unpack this because there isn't really anything that you can picture in your mind, and it's just not very tangible. Next is, my mother is a fish. Would you unpack this quote in your annotations? The answer is you should, because the fish in this book specifically is a huge symbol, and there's so much to unpack from that word, and it's a tangible symbol. Okay, so lastly, as a student athlete, I totally understand how difficult it is to balance out schoolwork and whatever sport you do. So I recommend taking a study hall to give you time to do homework or even study. And I actually did a lot of homework, especially AP Lit homework, during that time. I also recommend that you take a chunk of your time out of your day, like after school or a study hall, to do your AP Lit homework, because it is such a rigorous class. You're going to need to understand everything that's on your homework because it's going to translate to what you do in class. I also think you should prioritize AP Lit if you are taking it, just because you need to understand so many things. So I also really highly recommend this class because I learned so much that I didn't know about literature, and it was just a fun and knowledgeable class to take, so I really do recommend it. Thank you for watching. Good luck.
So that way, I'm not making any sense. Oh my god, why does my hair... Okay, so the first expectation that I'm gonna go over of the course is... Wait, I didn't even introduce this.
You stay,